Hi everyone, welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Paul, and today I'm going to be doing an unboxing and a light review of the NZXT Phantom. This is a new case from NZXT. There's a lot of cool features. I actually have two of them here. This is the white version you see here in front, and I also have a black one here, so I'm going to unbox that since this one's already unboxed, obviously. So real quick, just to give you a look at the other side of the white version here. Isn't that pretty? Alright, so that's enough of a look at the white one there. Move this out of the way. And now for an unboxing of the black version. So first let's go over the specs on the box. So for bays and expansions we have 5 5¼ inch external bays. We have 7 internal 3.5 inch bays as well as 7 expansion slots. For cooling, we have a spot on the front for a 140mm fan. We have 2 slots on the top for 200mm fans, and they include one with a blue LED. In the rear we have one slot for a 120mm fan, and that's included. And on the side we have 3 spaces. One is for a 200 or 230mm fan, and then 2 spots for 120mm fans, and they do include 2 120s on the side. And also some height, weight, and clearance information there. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box. Nice and adequate foam packaging you can see here. And a nice plastic sleeve like most cases come in. As you can see, they've included protective plastic over most of the finished parts to keep it nice and smooth and pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the buttons and switches right up here on the front. So right here up on the top you'll notice a bank of little sliders, and this is your fan control. And there's these little icons right here, and remember what those icons look like because they actually correspond to the cables that are inside for each of the fans. So it takes a second to realize, but this is like looking at a top-down view of the case. So that's the front fan, those are the 2 side fans. This is the larger side fan, these are the 2 top fans, and this is the rear fan. And each of those has an individual fan controller. Also up here on the top you have your power and reset button, as well as headphone, microphone, 2 USB ports, and an eSATA port. One other thing I wanted to mention about the top of the case, it's angled, so I actually kind of like that. It keeps you from setting stuff like drinks on top of your computer. But another thing is it's got this nice mesh cover, and it's formed pretty well to the case, and it's right above your exhaust fans up on top, and that prevents you from actually dropping stuff down inside the computer. So nice touch there. There's another mesh covering on the front down here at the bottom for your front fan, and then we also have the door of the case here. It's reinforced a little bit, nice and sturdy. And then I really like this. I hate removing these front panels for the 5¼ bays, and all it's got is a little lever there and it pops right off. So really easy to access your 5¼ inch bays up in the front. Get that back on. Alright, so that's the exterior of the case. I'm going to go ahead and remove the side panel and take a look at the inside. Nice catch. Alright, so here's our side panel. There's a little bit of reinforcement here over the mesh. You can install an optional fan there. Here's the 2 included 120mm fans, little fan connectors. Alright, now let's start from the back over here. You'll notice there are 4 grommets here for routing water cooling. That's pretty nice. The PSU mount is at the bottom. It has these little rubber feet. Those are kind of squishy, so keep your PSU mounted there and vibration free. Back here at the back for your expansion bays, these are actually mesh slot coverings, so it provides a little bit of extra airflow. 120mm fan mounted at the top. For the motherboard tray, you have a cutout for your CPU backplate. Several cable tie-down points right here, as well as more rubber grommets for routing the cables. Very nice. Down here is a 3.5 inch bay, and all of the 3.5 inch bays have these little snap-on bay mounts. I also like to mention that it does have mounting points for 2.5-inch drives, which is convenient, especially if you're going to pop in some SSDs. This bay here is also removable. It mounts with these bolts here in the back, so if you do have one of the larger PSUs, you can remove that and still have plenty of room for the PSU. Up here, we got more 3.5-inch bays, and here are the mounts for your 5.25-inch bays, optical drives and whatnot. I actually kind of like this mounting system. It's got a little lock, so you pop that over to the side, and then you just push right there, and that pops out. And this has two little prongs, you can see, and those actually hold your 5.25-inch drives in place. So very nice. As you can see as well, it actually shows up a little bit better on the white version, but the entire interior is painted, which is a very nice touch, looks very clean. And as mentioned, the fan controllers on the front, all of the plugs routed back through here, and you'll notice they are labeled. So when you're plugging in those fans, you can make sure that you're plugging in the correct one to coincide with the fan controller up on the top of the case. Another nice feature. And just real quick, for the sake of being thorough, we'll pop off this side as well. And one thing that NZXT has done a lot of with this case is they've really paid a lot of attention to, for custom builders, making sure that you have everything you need once you install your hardware to make sure you can tie everything down, get everything nice and clean in there for maximum airflow. And they've actually already started your cable management for you here, which is another nice touch. There's some zip ties in there already. Some of the fans are already attached. And then you can see you got some space back here so you can run cables and everything behind the motherboard and save yourself some of the messy cables from being in the main compartment. All right, I think this is the last item. That would be a little accessory box. Oh, it's taped. And the accessory box includes, this is a little extension cord for one of your case fans. Oh, look, they actually separated all the different screws into different little baggies so you don't get them mixed up. The thread count's different for standard screws versus the motherboard mounting screws, so that's handy. So there's all your screws and mounts. These are bigger screws. You have a little case speaker, some zip ties, and these little brackets actually mount up to the top of the case, and that's a retaining mechanism if you install water cooling up there at the top. So that's just about it. This has been our unboxing and a light review. I can't really say this is a full review because I'm not building a system in the case, but that's pretty much it for the NZXT Phantom. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.